Life. What a journey it is. So rich and so diverse. And now more than ever, so unpredictable. A kaleidoscope of moments. Moments shaped by the decisions we make. And all of us make thousands every single day. These decisions can be complex. From how we choose to invest, to planning for later life, to reaching our greatest goals. We make these decisions easier every day, so everyone can live better. Every day better. This drives what we do. From sharing investment insights that others may not see, to helping her make sure his education is covered. From rewarding him for staying healthy, to giving her the confidence to soar. Every day better is doing a job that improves people's lives and believing that tomorrow will be better than today. Even during these challenging months, by deciding to keep going, to keep strong, and importantly, to keep smiling. For everyone, together, let's keep making every day better. Life. What a journey it is. So rich and so diverse. And now more than ever, so unpredictable. A kaleidoscope of moments. Moments shaped by the decisions we make. And all of us make thousands every single day. These decisions can be complex. From how we choose to invest, to planning for later life, to reaching our greatest goals. We make these decisions easier every day, so everyone can live better. Every day better. This drives what we do. From sharing investment insights that others may not see, to helping her make sure his education is covered. From rewarding him for staying healthy, to giving her the confidence to soar. Every day better is doing a job that improves people's lives and believing that tomorrow will be better than today. Even during these challenging months, by deciding to keep going, to keep strong, and importantly, to keep smiling. For everyone, together, let's keep making every day better.
are finally on air. Good Saturday morning to everyone. Hi, guys. My name is Delamar, and I would like to welcome all 1,000 of you, parents and children, to this morning's webinar brought to you by Manulife Philippines. All right. So one of the greatest things that we can give our children, as parents, is starting them young when it comes to learning and forming smart money habits. That is why I am so happy to be part of Manulife Philippines Peso Smart financial literacy program today. As most of us are home amid the community quarantine, this is a very good opportunity for us to bond with our kids, spend more time with them, and also teach them the value of money so that they can build a more secure future and make every day better. Ah, ang dami talagang kailangan matutunan during this pandemic. But it's never too late to start, and we can take the first step with our kids today. All right. I know you guys are excited as I am to learn from our celebrity guests, Andy Manzano and her beautiful daughter, Olivia. Now, to all the kids, if you're watching with your parents, makinig kayo ha. We also have games and an exciting comic book reading later. All right. So there's something for the parents. And then to all the kids out there, there's something for you. So without further ado, let's welcome this morning's first speaker. He is a licensed child, adolescent, and general clinical psychologist. He is a founding partner and the current managing director at Better Step Psychology. He is also part of the Parenting Collective, a group of parent experts that offer holistic services to parents and help them overcome common parenting challenges. Somebody I think that most parents really want to be around. All right. But he's with us today, and let us welcome Dr. Ravi Inosencho.
Hi, thanks, Del, and thank you, Manulife, for having me here today. My name is Ravi Inocencio. I'm a licensed psychologist from Better Step Psychology, and my practice focuses around helping children, adolescents, and young adults, including sometimes their parents, to be able to live more meaningful, fulfilling, and productive lives. So, our mental health is a product of many different factors, and our understanding of what makes a person well and healthy grows more and more each day. So recently, financial stability and being able to manage, make decisions, and allocate resources has been an issue that many psychologists and mental health professionals like me have been seeing more and more of. Many adults struggle with being able to manage their finances, getting into traps such as debt or over reliance on credit. And when these things happen, many people have not developed the self confidence, skills, and literacy to understand and plan their way out of this. As a consequence, many of these people might feel stuck, and the associated stress could make these people more prone to a wide variety of mental health concerns. So, as a parent myself, I recognize the need for us to guide our children towards lessening the risk that they might encounter such difficulties, and specifically to address the concern of the lack of financial literacy. We'd like to offer the following important points. So, there are three key points that I want parents to remember. And the first is for us to recognize that financial literacy is key to helping our children avoid significant financial stress in the future. Don't be scared to talk about money, and don't be scared to discuss these things openly within your family. The second is that starting early can have a beneficial value to your children's financial literacy training. Children as young as maybe 3 or 4 already have the necessary cognitive capacities to be able to understand the simplest of financial literacy concepts. This has the added benefit of many parents who are not as confident in their own financial literacy to get ready and be comfortable in increasing their understanding and knowledge to be responsive to their kids' questions later on. And then finally, and I emphasize this a lot, is to make sure that when you discuss these things, these concepts, no, these financial literacy concepts, to make sure that it's age appropriate. Many resources are out there that take into consideration the cognitive capacity of different ages, and there are many curricula available that are responsive and sensitive to the needs of specific age groups. No, so a simple example could be to introduce simpler concepts like sharing, saving, and spending for early years, and then moving on to resource management as they progress through primary, and then progressing to understanding financial institutions in middle school. And then when they reach upper school, high school, senior high, it would be good to integrate all of these learnings and understandings as they try to apply how they work around financial institutions, how they manage their resources, and all of these other concepts. When we do this properly, not only will the information stick better, but your children will have built up enough self-confidence to be able to be comfortable with financial matters later on. I hope that my simple tips have been helpful in considering beginning to talk and support our children's financial literacy, and I hope you can all find the time and opportunity to try any of these out. So thanks everyone, and back to you, Del.
Okay. Oh, like these days, right? Anyway, Doc Rafi, thank you so much for sharing with us some helpful tips on how to teach our kids to be financially literate one step at a time. Gusto ko yung one step at a time. Kasi hindi pwedeng biglaan na lang alam na nila agad, di ba? There are steps that we have to take. Now, to all the parents out there and the kids, I'm sure that you might have certain questions for Doc Rafi. So what we would like you to do right now is type them in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, and then we'll answer them later in our Q&A session. So don't you fret. There will be time to clarify things and, ask for more tips. So one thing that I learned in my parenthood journey is the importance of storytelling. I love storytelling, whether it's through books or yung memories ko of being a kid and my mom, she related to me, everything in story form. It is the oldest form of teaching, and it gives our children the answers to what might be some of their biggest questions. It is also a unique way for our kids to develop and understand the values we want to teach them. And today, let us have a fun and meaningful time teaching our kids the concept of financial literacy through the story of Manny and Liv. Let's watch Manny and Liv on screen as they share their Peso Smart story.
Hello there! Today we will be reading the first comic book based on Manulife Philippines' award-winning financial literacy program, Peso Smart. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, this is the story of Manny and Liv. Siblings Manny and Liv are hard at work on their entry to the school science fair. A lava lamp. And guess what? They win the grand prize.
5,000 pesos?
2,500 for you, Liv, and 2,500 for me.
So, what do you intend to do with your money, kids?
Oh, I've got plans for my cash, all right. Mom, Dad, let's go to the mall today, please.
I'm saving up mine. Only a little more to go before I finally get that green bike.
Interesting. Liv wants to spend her money, while Manny is saving his.
Let's see how the whole thing turns out. But first, it's time for Liv's shopping spree.
2,500 pesos? Gone in one day?
After a week,
What's wrong, Liv?
Dad, I realized I don't need all this stuff.
I've done it! I've saved up enough for my bike!
Congratulations, dear. Let's go get that bike.
Wow!
It was the last chore, helping Dad paint our fence. That did it! Thanks for rewarding me, Mom and Dad. Now I have my bike.
Can I have a bike too?
You have to save up like your Kuya Manny did, sweetheart.
Why don't you try to earn money, Liv? Like do extra chores, for example. You can do what I did. First, I listed down my total allowance. Then, I subtracted what I spend for lunch. Finally, I added the money from doing chores and the prize money from the science fair. After saving for weeks, I could now buy a bike, which I've wanted since last year. I just needed a bit more, so I did a few more chores.
So let me get this straight. You saved up for what you wanted?
You got it.
I can do that too. Just watch me.
with her Kuya's help, Liv does extra household chores. She sells the stickers she had bought with her grand cash prize and earns back the money she spent and more. Liv is well on her way to saving up enough money for her own bike. 3 months later,
Hooray, Liv!
Please add these two.
But you only need one.
I earned so much I could afford a bike and 2 helmets. One for me and one for you. Thank you for all your help, Kuya.
the end. Thank you for listening, and I hope you got smart money tips from Manny and Liv. Remember, kids, even at a young age, you can start saving money. And to everyone, stay Peso Smart to build a future where you can live every day better.
All right, so kids, I'm sure you enjoyed that, Manny and Liv's story. So who do you identify with? I definitely identify with Manny. Syempre, the fun doesn't stop there with the story. As a treat to all the kids today, we've set up a Kahoot game for everyone. So kids, mommies, and daddies, this is a battle of speed and accuracy. So ilabas na ang competitive side ng ating mga parents. Aminin nyo, mas competitive kayo kaysa sa mga anak nyo pag birthday parties. It's all right. It's good. It's good to be competitive, right? All right. So to join the fun, you have to log into kahoot.it as flashed on your screen and then enter the code, the event code. It's 578 5890. So to make sure that we can contact you after the event for your prizes, that is, should you win, please enter your email address and your name. Questions will then be flashed on screen and you will just choose your answers in your devices, all right? The top 3 participants with the highest score at the end of the game will each win 1,000 pesos worth of EGCs from Fully Booked. All right, so now let's get started. Log in so we can start the fun. Okay, I think we're ready. I can see all the names coming up. And if you guys are ready, let me just see. Can we start? Yeah? All right. So I'm seeing a lot of names. So you guys are joining in and your names are being flashed on screen now. So ganito karami ang mga nakikinig at nanonood ngayon sa webinar. And can I just tell you guys, I've been cooped up in my bubble with only 5 people, at most with my in-laws to 7. 1,000 people joining us in the webinar is making me excited. It seems like it's our old life where we can gather like this. Anyway, all right, ang dami pa. So we'll give you guys time, okay? Now don't forget to put your names and your email addresses so pag kayo ang nanalo later, it would be easy for us to get in touch with you so you can get your prizes, all right? All right, I think there are still people coming in. Tama ba? Oo, marami pa rin. Okay, so again, the prize for the top 3 with the most correct answers will win 1,000 pesos worth of EGCs from Fully Booked. And I can't tell you how much I covet this award. I mean, this prize, because books have become the thing that we rely on in my family now. My kids have been reading quite a lot, especially my eldest, who's 9 now. But anyway, okay, so again, if you're just logging in, we're doing a game. I don't know how you're gonna try if you didn't listen to the story, but malay natin, di ba? You're very lucky, so go ahead. Go ahead and join via kahoot.it and then enter the event code. It's 578-5890. All right? And I'm just waiting for a cue to make sure that everybody is in before we start all of our... Okay, I think we're in. Okay, so parents, kids, are you ready? Get those fingers ready. Here we go. First question. Who are the main characters of the story? Is it red, Mickey and Minnie? Is it blue, Manny and Liv? Is it yellow, Pooh and Piglet? Or is it green, Peppa and Susie? All right, you got 30 seconds, and now you are left with 15 seconds to choose. Is it red? Is it yellow? Is it blue? Or is it green? All right. I hope ang nagli-lead talaga ng answers ay ang mga bata, okay? All right, here we go. Lock it in, guys. Lock it in. Here we go. Who do we have? So 188 of you got the answers correct. All right, so you can see it now being flashed on the screen, the top 3, okay? Okay, now, if you see, merong tie, di ba? 968, si Proman and si Shamet. So, this is time-based. So, kahit pareho kayo ng sagot, kung sino yung nauna, yun ang magiging third place. All right, so let's continue. Question number 2. What experiment did Manny and Liv do to win the science fair? Is it red, rock candy? Is it blue, mini volcano? Is it yellow, lava lamp? Or is it green, magnetic slime? As usual, 30 seconds. All right, just keep thinking kung nakalimutan na ninyo. All right. I wonder what your kids will want, what book your kids will want to buy from the GC's Fully book. Let's see. Here we go. 147 got it right. And on the screen, you can see the top 3. All right. Here we go. Question number 4. What did Manny buy? Let's see. Is it 3? I'm so sorry. This is 3. How much cash prize did Manny and Liv get from the science fair? Is it red, 500 pesos? Is it blue, 1,000 pesos? Or is it yellow, 500 pesos? Or is it green, 1,000 pesos? All right. Here we go. There are people answering. Here we go. 139 of you got it right. Check your names if you're in the top 3. As we continue with question number 4. What did Manny buy with his savings? Is it red, a bike? Is it blue, a skateboard? Is it yellow, a soccer ball? Or is it green, a Lego set? Ay, ang laki ng piggy bank ni Manny. Oh, nako. You know, as a child, yan ang hilig ko. Wallet at saka piggy bank. Really do with ako talaga sa pera. No, but as a child, I wanted to know more about it. It seemed to be the only thing, well, most of the time that grown-ups were talking about. All right, here we go. 214 of you got it correct. The answer, of course, is a red bike. Check if you're in the top 3. Check your screens. All right, as we proceed to question number 5. After doing chores and selling stickers, what did Liv buy with her money? Is it red, a dollhouse? Is it blue, a bike plus 2 helmets? Is it yellow, a pair of shoes? Or is it green, more stickers? All right. Last question. As people have been on their answers, I hope it's the right answer. And I hope you land in the top 3. So, again, speed and accuracy. Okay, here we go. You'll know now who got it right. 192 of you got it correct. A bike plus 2 helmets is the correct answer. And the winners are Jade at 3rd place. 5 out of 5. And then it's Ken and Kyle, 5 out of 5. And 1st place goes to Olivia! Congratulations to our Kahoot winners. Can I just tell you guys, saya. Sabi ako sumasaya. Pili ko ako nanalo. Anyway, congratulations again to our Kahoot winners. Our representative from Manulife Philippines will contact you after this webinar for details on how, well, to give you details on how to claim your prize. All right? Again, congratulations. Now, let me remind everyone again that if you have questions for Doc Rafi, you can share your thoughts in the Q&A box at the bottom right side of your screen. We'll get to your questions later towards the end of the webinar. All right, so one of my key takeaways from this webinar is the importance of teaching our children the concept of not just spending, but also saving. Us parents are the #1 influence on our child's financial behaviors, and it's up to us to raise a generation of mindful consumers, investors, savers, and givers, and may I add, spenders. Diba? Kailangan good spender. Now, for our next guest, I know she's a good spender. I know her very well. I am very excited to share the stage, the quote-unquote stage, with someone who I know is a strong advocate of raising kids who want to make a difference in the world. Currently, she's a content creator. She's a radio personality, an entrepreneur. She is also a mom of 2 beautiful daughters. She has been juggling her current businesses and brand collaborations while attending to husband GP and her 2 daughters, Olivia and Amelia. I am so happy and proud to introduce my former co-host, Andi Manzano Reyes, and her daughter, Olivia.
Hi guys! Hi! Now, so Nice to see you.
It is so nice. Feeling ko parang nandyan na rin ako.
Yeah, well, for now, we'll do online, but hopefully we get to see all each other soon, right? Hi, everybody! Good morning! We are live from Tagaytay.
Oo, nakita ko sa IG mo kanina, nasa Tagaytay ka. And then you just showed us the view from your room. Beautiful.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Oh,
It's right there.
kasing
You
ganda
want to see
ko.
it? I'll show it
Yes, maganda ka.
later.
Lamang ka kay Mayo. Ay, hindi pala Mayo. Sorry. All right, so before our chat, I just have a few questions for Ollie. Hi, Ollie.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're good? Do you like the weather up there?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you know that hundreds, actually 1,000 people, parents and kids are watching you right now?
Wow.
Does it make you nervous?
Hi, everybody who's watching this video.
Oh.
You're watching it.
Yeah, they're watching you and your mom. You know, sometimes it's not enough to see you on YouTube and IG. We still want to see you, you know, on an event like this. Hey, Ollie, is there... Oo, nagpo-posing na.
Nagpo-posing na siya.
Mga nanonood. All right, so Ollie, I have a question for you, Ollie. What lesson did you learn from Manny and Liv?
That you need to save money.
Are you a good money saver?
Yeah.
Oh, I won't ask you how much money you have, okay? It will be our secret.
Yeah, how much money do you have?
I all have 100. So many 100.
Hey, Ollie, what does your mom teach you at home about money?
She teach me the different kinds of big numbers of money with my play money.
Oh, do you think she's a great teacher?
Yeah, I think she's a really great teacher.
Mahal na mahal ka ng anak mo, Diyos ka.
So cute, no? When you hear
Oh.
words that come out like that, I know.
Yeah. Diba? You're so kilig in your heart, but you're just trying to make sure na parang... All right, thank you, Ollie, for that quick interview. Is there anything else you want to tell them before I talk to your mom?
What else do you want to say?
And I wish all of you can stay with me in this Tagaytay.
Oh, that's so sweet, but also very expensive. All right, thank you, Ollie, for that quick interview. I'm sure hearing you, our audience loves hearing from you live, like now. Okay, so I'll have a quick chat now with your mom, okay?
Okay.
Well, anyway, Andi, it's so nice to see you again.
Okay, go. Okay, she's gonna go play for her friends first. Okay!
Gusto ko yung nagpaalam muna siya sa'yo. She is a wonderful kid. I wonder who she gets it from.
I know.
I
think, well,
pang stage ka eh. Parang yung
here,
anak
so I'll
mo.
say it.
Is that something you really want for them? Like to be also like you, a very public persona? Kasi you and GP are very public people.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. I mean, it's okay. We just have to put a limit. I mean, syempre no artista, no showbiz, but if they want to do like she always says, "Mom, I wanna host, I wanna sing." I'm like, "Oh, sure, do it. Just, you know, don't get into the serious showbiz." But well, you know what? We'll get there. She's only 5. We'll decide. Diba?
Is she already 5?
Yeah, she's turning 6 next year.
When did this happen? Kasi nung naalala ko when I saw her on IG, she's just a little baby.
Yeah, and when we started the Mother Show, she could barely talk, right? She was bulol pa.
But now her vocabulary.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I've been wanting to ask you, because of course I see what you've been doing online, but of course it's another to ask you the question myself, right? Most parents are working from home, just like you and almost everybody else. I want to know how you maintain that work-life balance.
Well,
Gusto ko yun.
it's it's a hard question to answer because really you take it one day at a time. For me, what works for my family and the kids, I notice, is that we have schedules. They thrive with having schedules. So that's been working. And also having schedule for myself where I have alone time, time to think and, just have coffee alone or maybe just a glass of wine at home. And then at the same time, you get to spend time with your husband as well. So it's really, it's a day-to-day thing. I mean, every day has its own challenge, diba? So.
Yeah, I remember you had a post about, just taking things one step at a time. Kasi pag
Yes.
you think about it in a big term, it's going to overwhelm you.
Yeah, worry about today and let tomorrow just worry about itself. Because also with everything that's happening, diba, with COVID, I mean, you get to overthink things.
Yes.
Like how about the school of my kids? When will my kids be able to go out? All these things that will really eat you up, right?
Oh,
So, yeah.
Oh.
So it's really all about filtering also.
Well, in terms of educating your kids, because you were just talking about how homeschooling. I see the little nook that Ollie has. How's the remote school setup working for you? Because I know the kids, they're adaptable, but for the moms.
Oh yeah, it's like we're back to school, right? We're in school all over again. But with Olivia, I was planning to do homeschool with her, but then in the middle of this whole lockdown. Around summer, I tried to enroll her in online school and she enjoyed it so much. She likes communicating with the classmates, seeing the responses of all her friends online. And that's when I realized, okay, I don't think I can homeschool because we might just like fight all the time.
Oh yeah,
like,
come on.
We might fight all the time and I might get so impatient. So I said, you know what, I think online school is good for her. So she's been really enjoying it. She's been having there are days that she doesn't want to go to school. So sometimes I have to admit, I'd be like, okay, sige, don't go to school. Let's just do something else, diba? So we try to just work around whatever, like, I think would make her learn better, diba?
Yeah, but you're constantly working for the approach that works.
Yes. Because I mean, as much as syempre you pay for online schooling and you want them to go online all the time. I mean, maybe because it's different. It's different because Olivia's still in kinder, so it's easier, diba?
Totoo. Kasi ang takot ng mga nag-homeschool yung pag math na, tapos medyo umaakyat na yung level.
Yeah, I know.
Diba? But, homeschooling is kind of tough for kids kasi you can't expect them to really pay attention to the screen, diba?
Yeah.
So how do you make sure that Ollie pays full attention in her classes?
No distractions at all. So I try to take away all the toys that's around, but that's so impossible because sometimes before school she just gathers all her toys by the table. Yeah, or she has a little bag. I'm like, Ollie, no. You do that after. Or
kailangan para kang guard ng mall.
Yeah.
Tignan mo yung bag niya, diba?
Oh, parang may fence ka, diba? No, and also I think what works recently lang is that parang it's nice to change areas. For a new, I don't know, it just feels new for them. So we do it in different corners of the house, and it's parang she's been more attentive.
Kasi bago, no?
Yeah, kasi bago, diba? Yeah.
Ano nakakapagod?
Nakakapagod lang.
Kasi ikaw ang mag-move lahat, diba? All right, when did you start teaching Ollie concepts about money? Yan ang magandang tanong.
Okay, well, I started teaching her, I think, just this year, early this year. Before she used to have a piggy bank when she was 3. She would just, it was just for fun, like, put the coins, if you have barya, to just kind of fill it up. But it was just recently lang talaga that I was able to teach her about money because I bought play money for her. And we would always, and she would know the colors of the money. And then so I'd be like, okay, this is 20 pesos, this is 100, this is 500. And we would always play like selling, or sometimes we would play like, she would have her own parlor, and she would put nail polish on me, and I had to pay her like 100, like 200. Those things. But I'm slowly teaching her the value of money. So sometimes if she wants to buy something with her play money, I'd be like, yeah, but you don't have enough money, so you have to do something, diba? So I
ang
try to make
galing.
I try to make it fun for her.
Well, I like the idea that you bought play money.
Yes, I really did. Yeah.
I will do that with my children. So, any other tips that you want to share with our parents watching right now on how they can teach their kids how to save?
Well, for me, you can start as early as you want. Start with having your own piggy bank. With Olivia, you know, yung mga free piggy banks sa mga Christmas party or children's party. I said start there, diba? And then next would be opening a bank account for them. I feel like it's very important for them to have. Especially Christmas is coming, diba? I mean, even if you're the one who would save or put the money in their bank, it's good for them to just, you know, even if it's like 5,000 or whatever they get for Christmas, put it in their bank account.
Right.
And then really just leading by example. I think the best way to really teach your kids about saving money is to save money yourself, diba?
Yeah. I mean, I see that in you. I mean, I worked with you, right? And sometimes you talk about events and you're very conscious about money.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people who are, you know, who do well in life are not really very conscious about their spending habits. But working with you, you're always like looking for a good deal. Yeah, and I got that from you. Diba?
That's my thing. I try to look for good deals. I'm very but with my money, I really think on what I'm what I want to buy, and I really think it over. So that's what I've been also trying to teach Olivia. Like, for example, impulse buying, diba? Lalo na now that we're stuck at home and sometimes you just get bored and you just scroll, right?
I know, online shopping.
Check out. And then when you see your credit card or when you need to pay for it, biglang magugulat ka na lang, diba?
Oh.
Yeah.
Alam mo, minsan, pagka yung credit card bill dumating na sa bahay, I have this moment where I just put it in front of me and do, parang moment of silence.
When I get the email, like your statement account, I don't want to open it yet.
I know, but it's so nice kasi you really show her. I mean, in a very obvious way by teaching her. But I think you also lead by example. No?
Yes, you have to. You really have to talaga. Because I mean, it would be easier for me to teach them about spending when you're actually in a store and they have physical money, diba? But now, kasi you're stuck at home, so you just make do with what you have. So that's why we have play money. Or, you know, if you have older kids, you can, Monopoly is also a nice way to teach them about money, diba?
Right. Oo,
Yeah.
tapos talagang, bili ng mga lupa, diba?
The house here, diba? A hotel.
Okay. But, so, we know that you're in Tagaytay right now for GP's birthday.
Yeah.
Other than that, have you made any plans to bond with the family once the pandemic is over?
Oh, we have a lot of plans. We've been saving to travel.
Yes. Where's this destination?
Many places. We have a list. Even Olivia, I'd be like, so what are the places you want to visit? So it's so simple. Like, parang she would say, my mom's house, her wawa's house.
Oh, okay. Kasi nga naman, after all these months that they can't go to your in-laws, parang it now becomes a destination.
Yes, it's so exciting for them to get out of the house. Like the other day we went to the field, they were just in heaven, like running around in fresh air. You know, they had some sun and then there were birds. It was just so nice to get away. But yeah, we have a lot of plans. We're saving for trips because also Amelia is turning 2. So we wanted to, you know, take her out because ever since this pandemic, ever since she started learning to walk, she's never been to the mall or you know, seen a lot of people.
So many plans, right? Okay. Well, thank you so much to Andi and Olivia, and for, you know, you guys are really inspiring a lot of parents and kids out there. And of course, you know, we all know that as parents, we really want to be successful as being parents, right? And you're a great
Yeah.
example. All right,
Thank
so
you, Del.
oo naman, ikaw pa. Okay, but anyway, I'm sure people are wanting to talk to you or ask you some questions. Again, to everybody, if you want to ask questions later, don't forget to hit the Q&A box at the bottom right side of your screen if you have more questions for both Andy and Olivia, and we'll try to answer them later. Now, before we go to the Q&A, it's time to recognize and award our Peso Smart contest winners. The best entries will win 1,000 pesos worth of fully booked EGCs. All right, so on your screen in a little bit, okay, right now we have our 5 best Peso Smart entries to the question, how can you help mom and dad save money? Now, in no particular order, here are the winners. Congratulations to Josephine Barcoma, Renee Mariquit Laseste, Heather Kenzie Garcia, Danielle Estrella, and Marco Sibayan. Thank you so much to all the kids who submitted their entries. Kudos to all of you. I feel more confident now because it seems like, with all these kids coming up with great answers, the future looks bright with all these responsible and bright Peso Smart kids like you. Congratulations again to our winners. Now, a representative from Manulife Philippines will contact you after the event on how to claim your prize. Now, right now, we're getting a lot of great questions from the audience. Before we proceed to the audience Q&A, we'd like to first acknowledge the presence of our friends from the media. We'd like to acknowledge GMA News Online, Manila Bulletin, Smart Parenting, last but not the least, Mama in Manila blog. All right, now we're ready to bring back all of our guests on screen for our Q&A segment. So here we go. Hi, Doc Rafi.
Hi, Del.
Hi. And there's Andy and Olivia. Sinundo ni Mami ang baby kasi naglalaro. All right. So Doc Rafi and Andy, please watch the video. The first question comes from Sophia Umali.
Hi, my name is Sophie. Why is saving important?
All right. Sophia is asking, why is saving important? All right. Let's start with Doc Rafi.
Yeah. So like I said a while ago, right? Saving's important because it's part of learning how to be responsible for our resources. No, and like I said a while ago, the situation now, there's so many people, young adults. I'm sure like you guys went through that also when you were starting to get maybe your first credit card or your first job. How do I spend this much money? And it's so tempting to just go blow it off at the mall or get something new. So that culture of saving has to start really early on, so that we avoid times where there's this concept called pecha de peligro that a lot of people experience, right?
Yes.
And so we want to avoid those kinds of situations. So the saving, the habit, it's a habit, so it has to be developed early on. So if we avoid those kinds of situations.
I like that concept. Na hindi yung pag malaki ka na, 'di ba? It starts somewhere when they're young and they're more open.
Right. It's habits.
It's habit, exactly.
Yeah, I like what you said, Doc, because you can also really start young and start that habit at a very young age, diba?
Right.
All right. So second question, this one is coming from Pyra Swason.
Hi, my name is Pyra. If things are getting expensive, would it be harder for me to save when I grow up?
I like her question. It's very knowing. Pyra wants to know, if things are getting expensive, would it be harder for her to save when she grows up? Kasi kung tumataas ang presyo, by the time she's, an adult, it might be too much.
Right. I think that's a fair question. I think something we also struggle with, like, as adults now, the future's so uncertain. And so this is a worry for all of us. But I think this is when you have this awareness of financial institutions and financial professionals to help us out on that journey. So it's good to recognize this problem. Pero Pyra, like I think you're pretty young, and so you're in a good position to like address this moving forward, no? But again, it's about awareness about, and that's part of the literacy that I was talking about a while ago. It's awareness that there are institutions, it's awareness that there are professionals who can help us to figure out what to do.
Right. Oo nga. Feeling ko magkakaroon siya ng anxiety, diba?
Yeah,
She
yeah,
probably
baka.
hears it. She probably
Yeah.
hears it from grown-ups like, ang mahal,
Right,
everything is so
right.
expensive.
Right.
Oh, but that's a forward-looking kid.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Andy? Does Ollie ever ask you those things like, things are getting expensive, Mom. How can you afford all of this?
No, but when I was younger, I would think of that. So
really?
in my head, it was more like, then right now I should already start saving. Diba? I mean,
Galing.
diba, you have to really, I guess it's because I started earning at a very young age. So
Yes.
parang money for me, the concept of money was really all about saving for me. And I learned the importance because you earned at a young age, and I had a bank account at a young age. So my parents were able to create that habit, I guess.
I like that because once you started earning, your impulse wasn't to spend. Your
Yes.
impulse was to save.
Yeah.
Dang. All right, let's do question number 3. This one from Summer Teodoro.
Since we're always at home, I can't get any allowance. Do you have any tips on how I can earn money from my parents?
That was Summer Teodoro. I'll just say it again. So she was asking, since she's always at home, she doesn't get any allowance. Oh nga, no, bummer yun, no? So she's asking, do you have any tips on how she can earn money from her parents? Tanggaling my air quotes pa eh.
I think this is where kids and parents also can be creative. Like I know it's very hard to get kids to like do chores, for example, because it gets in the way of the playing, or it gets in the way of the fun. So maybe this is a good way to start introducing that work, that there are certain things that can have equivalences. So if you help me wash the dishes, then this is the reward for it. And it doesn't have to be big. It could be small rewards. I think when we make it small rewards, it makes it more sustainable in the long run. So really, chores, diba? Can do that. Yeah. And we do that with my daughter because because of the lockdown, you can't get the normal services at home. Like for example, you can't get like my sisters-in-law can't get their massage at home. So we tell her, oh, you massage tita's foot, or give her a foot massage, and then then she'll give you 5 pesos, or her dream, because she's obsessed with this cartoon that's set in Paris. So she's like, I want to go to Paris. And I said, well, we have to save money for that. So why don't you ask them to help you save money? Massage tita's foot. She'll give you like a few coins, so that adds up to our Paris fund. Those things help. It makes it fun for them also.
Yeah, ang social. Paa ang magpapadala sa kanya sa Paris
Oh,
friends. How about you, Andy? I mean, do you let Ollie earn money? Like, do you reward her for some chores?
Yeah. So sometimes she would always say, "Mom, does mommy pay you for chores? Do I pay you for chores?" No. So what happens is that sometimes she would clean or help out, cleaning the garden, or
The
removing
pool.
the dirt, or the pool. So she would be like, "Mom, I did some chores. I think you should pay me." So when she asks for it, I'd be like, "Yeah, but I didn't ask you to do it." Yeah.
Ayan na, ako naniningil. Ano sabi niya?
She said, "Can I do chores so Santa will give me more presents?"
Marunong maabilidad. But Doc Rafi, I remember you saying earlier na the other question, start with small rewards. Kasi baka mabankrupt ang mga magulang kung
Right.
masyado.
That's true. Yeah, and to add to that, it has to be something that we agree upon beforehand. It's not like para it's not something like, oh, I did this today, now pay me, like that. We have to also nurture that culture na parang you work for it. It's something we agree on, so that you also have some level of control to how they're doing it.
Yes.
Ah,
Tsaka
yeah.
there's a setting of expectation.
Right. That's right.
All right, we have one more question here, this time from Colleen Esguera.
Hi guys, I'm Kalian and I am 5 years old. My question is, when you're a kid, where do you save your money?
Oh, I think I was corrected. It's not Colleen, Kalian? Tama ba? Anyway, the question is, when you were still a kid, where did you save your money? Let's start with Andy. Oh, Andy, where did you save your money?
Where do you save your money?
Piggy bank.
Piggy bank. And what was your first earning?
2,000.
Wow, ang laki.
100 pesos. Her savings. I said, so for every tooth, it's 100 pesos. So now she lost 4. So she has 400 pesos in her savings in her bank. So yeah, so again, like the question, like Colleen said, we do savings first with she has a wallet. She has a locker in her room where all her where all her secret stuff are, right? So her piggy bank's there, her wallet's there. So that's how Ollie saves.
Ang galing. Kasi even, even at this age, just introducing the idea, di ba?
Right.
All right, one last question, I think. This one from Han Ortega.
Hi, I'm Han Ortega, and my question is, in budgeting my allowance, how much should I save?
All right. Han is asking, in budgeting her allowance, how much should she save?
Nako, how do we start here? No, but for our daughter, what we started was that there are these jars. It comes in threes. There's a save, spend, and share part. So we ask her like how do you want to split this? And so we break up the money. For example, you break up like 20 pesos into like coins and say, okay, how many should go here, should go here, and then you help negotiate with them. No, so I guess it should mirror also your own as a parent, your own like how you decide how much is spent or saved in your household. So that's a good guide to that. And then and then it's really about asking them, okay, what goals might you have? Like for example, do you want to get a new stuffed toy, or do you want to get for my daughter it's stickers. Do you want more stickers? And we have to know how much is a sticker, and so okay, we have to add up to this. So it helps to connect okay, we're saving up, but this is where it's going. And then it helps to mirror also now, okay, I think we should put 3 of this here and 2 of this here and 2 of this here. And so they can connect those concepts. Because they can, they can, but we just have to make it more visual for them.
I like that you said save, spend, share.
Yeah, right.
Why share? What's the share?
Yeah. So it's share. It's like, for example, if that's where, for example, if she wants to give our dog treats, she wants to buy treats for her dog, that's share. If she wants to buy candy for some friends from school that she has, that's from the share pile. Though. So para it's a specific also, we think we also talk about charity and responding to like things that happen to us. That it could come from that part. But it's not so painful na parang galing sa save parate yung you have to give to someone else. No, but they're also thinking about it that way.
How about you, Andy? How much do you save as against what you earn? Naku, ito ang magandang question.
Actually, I don't spend a lot. That's a good thing. I actually spend more for other people than buying things for myself, because I guess I find joy in that. I'm not the one really magastos, and I feel like I don't really need anything. So a lot of the income coming in, it's almost maybe like 70% of it goes to my savings.
Oh wow, that's huge.
Yeah, and 30% is for the expenses, what we need to pay for, but everything's budgeted naman. So yeah.
I think mamamana yan ni Ollie from you. Yung wanting to give people. Oh.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and that's why Ollie hasn't spent any of her tooth fairy money.
baka gift for Amelia yung ibigay, ang gamitin niya yung money na yon, di ba?
I actually said, you know what, since it's Christmas, maybe you can buy something for someone since you have money already, diba? And since you'll be getting a lot of gifts.
No, I don't.
Yeah, so it's time to buy something for someone else. Share.
All right. So thank you to all the kids who submitted their video questions. We really appreciate it. Great questions, kids. Now let's get to our other questions. But before we proceed with our audience Q&A, our guests from the media also have questions for our speakers. Okay. So this first question is from GMA News Online for Andi. Do you remember being taught financial literacy when you were younger? And if yes, tell us about it.
Okay, like I said earlier, I got my first paycheck when I was 9 years old. Yeah, I did like an ad for the newspaper, and I got paid 10,000 for it. And my mom would always say, you know what, since it's your first paycheck, I'll let you spend, diba? Parang, I'll let you spend it since you earned it, so you know how it is to earn, and you also know how it is to enjoy your money at the same time.
Yes.
Right? So, but the thing is, but I didn't spend everything, because to me it was overwhelming, right? I remember I was 9 and you had 10,000. So I remember my mom opening a bank account for me, and I said, you know what, I just really want like this Barbie bike. So I bought the Barbie bike. Perfect, like the story. And the rest I saved. So so at a young age, I was taught already. I knew the value of money. I knew that money was not something that was given to me, but it was something that you had to work for, something that was earned, right? And I feel with that concept helped me like save and be wise about my investments or the money that I would spend with.
All right. Doc Rafi, this time GMA News Online is asking you, why do you think financial literacy is not commonly taught at an early age in our culture?
I think for our culture, there's a hiya component to it also. Like money, talking about money. There's a pride thing that comes with talking about money. But I think also that kind of mindset is changing. We're glad that we have venues like this where we can talk very openly the importance of talking about this, and so it's slowly a changing mindset. But I think also because a lot of adults and young adults they're aware themselves. They're clueless about how to manage their money. That's why the schools naman respond lang to maybe sometimes when the parents talk about it, or can we develop this. They collaborate with parents. So I think that's one way, because a lot of people aren't aware that this has to be talked about. Right. So aside from the hiya part, we're just not used to it, and it's good that we're getting used to it. I think it's just a matter of that, I think.
And I think, Doc, because of the uncertainty of people's resources, their jobs during the pandemic, parang it's become more pressing, no?
Right. It's become more pressing. Like we said, when we have financial worries, that really contributes to your overall mental wellness, and that's an added pressure that we don't need more of at this time.
Right. Yeah. All right. From Manila Bulletin for Andi, what are the challenges you've gone through, or challenges that you're foreseeing when it comes to teaching her about saving money?
Well, with Olivia, we're just slowly starting, so there's it's actually fun challenges right now. But for me, parang it would just be easier to teach kids about money if you're able to physically go to a store and they're physically able to buy it with their money, and they go to the cashier, with their wallets, and just do it themselves. It would be easier for them, right? Because now Olivia would just be like, Mom, you can just buy it online anyway. I'd be like, yeah, no, you still have to pay for it. So it would just be easier if you could, do it or physically.
I like that you said that, kasi pag play, like, naglalaro sila ng tindahan, ganyan, you don't really feel like something went out, right? Yeah. The money left your wallet. But in an establishment, di mo kilala yung cashier. Pag binigay mo yung pera mo, that's it.
That's it.
And that's
Not coming back.
and it really gives them the full experience, diba, no? All right, I think we have one more question, this time from Smart Parenting. Andi, can you share some of your tips to new moms on how to save up on newborn essentials and other baby stuff? This is a good question.
Yeah, you know what? It's super tempting nowadays to just buy everything, especially if it's your first child. You just want to buy everything. You know, you do your research on the top products and you just want to get it all, right? With social media, like the ads, it's all on your face. But for me, you just have to be smart about it. Ask for hand-me-downs from family, you know, your cousins, your in-laws. Ask, and if they don't have, you can actually go online and look for secondhand stuff that you can buy, and really think before you buy. Diba? Do I really need it, or do I just want it because it's cute and they'll look cute on it?
And it's so pink.
Yeah, it's so pink. Diba?
Oh, tama eh. Kasi I do remember when I was first pregnant, parang when I saw all the things, pagpasok mo nung kids section ng mall, di ba parang, saan ako magsisimula? I need to get everything.
Yeah. It's overwhelming and exciting. It's the excitement kasi when you're like a new mom, di ba?
Yes, parang feeling mo you want to give them everything.
Yeah, and you have 9 months to think about it, di ba?
That's true. All right. I think we still have some time for more questions, if that's okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. How can a child's perspective with regards to money be incorporated into love, kindness, and values? Now, I know Doc Rafi and even Andi, you both shared about giving to others. Diba? There's the share jar for Doc Rafi. But other than that, is there any other thing and any other tip that you think will work para in other parts of their lives? You know, money is connected to love, to kindness, to values.
I think this is where I think Andi mentioned it a while ago, early on in today's session. We have to model those things, you know, as parents early on. You know, where your kids aren't really with friends yet. You know, we all have kids in single digit ages, so they're looking to us. You know, so it's about how you model what you're doing. So if you approach things, if your approach to money and spending and sharing, you know, these resources that you have is based on those values of love, kindness, then it will show and they'll realize it. I think it's easier for them to digest that rather than keeping telling them you have to share, you have to share, you have to share. No, so if they're seeing you do it, it's easier for them to know, that's what we do pala as a family, and so that's what they'll do.
Right. Okay. How about you, Andi?
Same. I think it's really modeling it with your kids. Like when we, like for example, Olivia would always have this question when we're in the car, and there are a lot of street kids that ask for money, right? And she would always be like, Mom, can we give money, or do you have extra food? I guess because she sees it also, diba? She sees it when we do it. And even like recently we packed relief goods, and I really wanted her to be part of it. I know sometimes it can get so stressful when there's a kid around because you're busy doing everything, but I wanted her to see how you know that we were able to buy these things and we're packing these things and where it's going to go. So I show her photos of, you know, the family, they lost their home from the typhoon, and this, what you're packing, is going to go to them. So I feel like you know, you can, starting them young, making them understand that parang giving also, you know, it makes you happy, not just the person, but it makes you happy. It makes you, you know, parang
feel good.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Yeah. Ito maganda kasi, itong question na to maganda kasi parang feeling ko this is where most parents will face challenges. How do you know if kids are actually picking up or absorbing the lessons? Are there signs to watch for? Yun ang maganda kasi turo ka ng turo. Ngayon, asa ng test?
Right. And I think if you do it, the teaching from the modeling part, if you see that they're doing the behaviors or living out the values that we try to impart them, I think that's how you know. Um, it's when they're younger, when they have piggy banks, it's easy to visualize. Pag napupuno yung piggy bank or napupuno, like for us, it's the three thing. Pag nakita mo na it gets filled, or seeing how they're interpreting it in small ways, in their own ways. So we have like a coin bowl where we put all our change at the end of the day. And so sometimes I'll see her parang grab the coin bowl and say, can I get some so I can put in my piggy bank or stuff like that. So that tells you, okay, nagsistick. Oh, so we're good with that before you move on to like the higher level stuff, no?
Ang galing, no? Kasi kailangan mo talaga makita kung it's working.
Yeah, right.
Here's one more for Doc Rafi. Are learning apps effective? How much screen time is too much already? Yan.
Screen time is a big issue now kasi we're all at home, tapos school pa is online, and that's extra screen time. I know the American Academy of Pediatrics has updated guidelines on screen time. I'm just not familiar exactly with how many hours, but I want to clarify to parents that when they say screen time, they mean unsupervised screen time. So yung mag-isa lang sila in front of the TV or the tablet, that's what they're counting in terms of like, kunyari, if they say it's 2 hours lang a day, that's what they're counting. But then kasi screen time now is vital kasi like that's what we use to connect with extended relatives, diba? So if it's supervised, if we're doing a video call, for example, that's okay. That's okay. But I understand also parents working from home, sometimes you need an extra nanny. The TV is convenient.
Yes.
Diba? The TV is convenient, Paw Patrol or whatever. For my daughter,
Or Sophia the
that's what
First.
works. Or Sophia the First. Mine's still in Paw Patrol. But then yun, yeah. So parang for me, is as long as it's moderation, we make sure that we try to balance it. So we try to get her out of the house in the afternoon, go around the village, go to the garden for a walk to refresh lang the mind. So it's not all about the screen.
Right. How about you, Andy? This question is from the audience again, no? Does Olivia know she's a celebrity?
Well, she knows that people know her because there are a lot of people in the mall that actually say, "Oh, Ollie, hi," and she would be like, "How do they know me?" And then they would, and people would always say, "Oh, we watch your vlogs. Oh, you watch my vlogs." So she feels like people know her because of the vlogs, and she enjoys it. She actually likes it. So every time when somebody says hi to her, she goes like, "Hi, you watch my vlog, right?"
Alam na niya.
Yeah, and then I just try to explain. I said, they watch and they're your friends. They know who you are. They want to meet you. So it's just really for me explaining everything.
What's happening? No?
Yeah, what's happening, diba?
Here's another one for you, Andy. So the question from one of the viewers right now: we're from a middle class family, and we teach our son to save and buy him toys only when there are special occasions. But he has very rich classmates who always have the latest toys and gadgets, and my son gets jealous sometimes. How do we handle this? Any tips?
For me, one of the important things also is teaching your kids about contentment. Diba? You have to teach them how to be content. Diba? I guess it's also modeling it at the same time, but also explaining things like, you know what, maybe if they're able to understand your situation, especially now, the pandemic, we're all holding on to our money. So for me, it's just explaining and saying, like, for example, if she wants to buy another Elsa doll because that Elsa doll has a new costume, I'd be like, yes, but you know what? If I were you have two Elsa dolls. Why do you need another Elsa doll? But it's just really explaining everything. What do you think? Answer this better.
No, but kasi yung question para sa'yo eh. They want to
know. We're getting there.
All right. I think I have one last question, but this time around, this is from Ollie. Can I? Is she there around you?
You want me to call her?
Yeah, for one last question before we wrap up. Okay. So while Andy's doing that, the question is, for Olivia, I hope this one of our attendees is catching the answer. But the question is, do you have an allowance, Ollie? And what are you saving up for? What do you plan to do with your 100s from the Tooth Fairy? Ayan. Maganda yan. Kasi ito malalaman natin kung ano yung she knows how to save. Now, what is she going to spend?
Yeah.
There she is.
If it's this is the test if it's sticking or not.
Oh, right. Okay, so Ollie, Andy, you help me, huh? You ask her. Ollie, do you have an allowance? And what are you saving up for? What are you planning to do with your money from the Tooth Fairy?
I don't know.
What? You don't know what?
I don't know
What? Okay, I think Del, you have to repeat the question.
Okay, wait first. Does she have an allowance? Ollie, do you have an allowance?
Oh, she said, what's an allowance? So, no, she doesn't have an allowance.
Oh, wala pa. But, okay, Ollie, you have money from the Tooth Fairy, right? What do you plan to do with that money? Are you planning to buy something?
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna buy lots and 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 lots of 1,000 toys.
Thank you so much, Ollie. Thank you very, very much.
No,
All
wait,
right.
the toy store, and if I have lots of money, I'll just grab all of them.
Oh, grab, ha? Not pay.
Grab.
Thank you so much,
Grab,
Ollie.
grab, grab, grab.
All right. Well, thank you to our speakers.
I don't want to eat. I want
Doc
to
Ravi,
go
we'll
out.
start with you, huh? Do you have any final words for our viewers before we end the Q&A session?
Right. So for me, final words. I really believe in making things age appropriate. So we have to make sure that if your kids are smaller, we make it simpler for them to understand. It's great to have bank accounts for them, but then sometimes kasi the passbook, it's all numbers. They can't see. So for those creative parents out there, if you're the more creative type, make it visual, make it like a graph or something, so that they can see how their money's growing. For example, if they have bank accounts, or that's why piggy banks, if you have like a transparent one, so they can see how it's growing, how it's getting more and more. I think that works for like smaller children. So make it age appropriate for smaller children, make it more visual. Then for the older children, yeah, they can start making it more complex. But for me, that's the key to this whole thing.
I like that you said that, to make it visual. Kasi minsan
Yeah,
they don't understand with, the higher numbers, diba? But
Right.
if you show them a growing number of like coins in a
Right.
jar,
Right.
yun.
Right.
How
Right.
about
Think,
you?
think, but think, yeah.
Sorry, Doc. Go.
No. I was just gonna say, think about it. They know 7 comes after 6, but they don't know that 7's bigger than 6. So, but they know that a higher bar is more. So that's what we were saying, kanina.
Make it visual.
Make
Yan.
it visual,
And
yeah.
age appropriate.
Right.
How about you, Andy? Any final words to all the parents out there who, let's face it, people look to you in the way that they parent. Any tips for them?
Ollie, do you have any tips for the kids first when it comes to
I
money?
wish you could all just stay with me.
No, but when it comes to money, do you have any tips for the kids?
And kids, when you get money, you always need to save them.
Why do you need to?
Because when you save, you get a bigger, nicer thing you want.
That's true. Totoo yun.
Yes,
Yeah.
diba? You get to buy what you really want. Diba?
Yeah.
Yes.
How about you, Andy?
Well, for me, you can start young.
I've been saving my money for a long time.
Parang naiinip na siya. Gusto na daw niyang bumili.
But for me, start young. Teach them about teach them about saving at an early age. You can also let them know that money is not given; that you have to earn it. So they can do chores for you, and you can pay them a minimum, or with them helping you out. And You can do your own piggy bank by like a small act of saving that could also work, and just yeah, and just lead by example.
Right. Kasi no matter what you teach, if your kids teach you do another thing,
Yeah,
it's not gonna stick.
and I'd be like, that's why you're not doing it anyway, mom.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Doc Raffi, Andy, and of course, Olivia. It's so nice to see you guys, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks.
All right, I have great news for all our event registrants. After the webinar, you will all receive digital copies of Manny and Liv. Not only that, you'll also receive a second comic book entitled Yaman Bayan that tells the story of a group of friends learning about and using money management skills to help their community. It's so timely, right? All of these comic books will be made available to you so you can teach your kids how to be Peso Smart. Our Peso Smart webinar has been very insightful, fun, and just full of useful tips. I hope you guys got some very powerful and valuable tips that you can now incorporate into your parenting skill at home as we teach our kids the many things about life that they need to know about. All right, before we end this webinar, we would like to get your feedback on this event for us to continue delivering helpful webinars in the months to come. So please answer our short survey by scanning the QR code that's being flashed on the screen. We hope that you give us feedback so we can make it better next time. And that wraps up this morning's webinar. I have been your host this morning. My name is Delamar, saying that I not only enjoyed this morning's program, but learned a lot, and I am ready to spend more valuable time with my kids and teach them tips about money that I got from Andy, from Ollie, and from Doc Raffi, and I hope you do too. Together with Manulife, let's be brave and start our everyday better financial literacy journey with our kids. Maraming salamat sa inyong panahon at pag-join ng aming event. Stay safe and take care, everyone. Bye!